Greetings and salutations, beloved friends, family, and faculty. What up? Today I want to discuss the topic of lifelong ascent because I think it's a topic that is as relevant to our near grads as it is to our grandmothers. I'm concerned that we're letting a false set of rules guide our life's trajectory. As it stands now, we learn first, then we mature, then we retire. Basically, we grow, we blossom, and then we atrophy. Pretty anticlimactic, wouldn't you agree? So allow me to step in with a counterexample. We have on this very campus, in the basement of our library, a posse of golden citizens who show up on time, on snow days, and on weekends to show us how it's done. While bonded together by the eponymous works of philanthropist Bernard Osher, these mature students are indeed lifelong learners and lovers of life. Their 80-year-old ringleader is a man named Ed Landerman, whose joy is ubiquitous. Ed, I do hope you're out there. He acts like a small-town mayor who loves his gig. While many of his senior contemporaries may see their roads narrowing, Ed is still pathfinding and forging ahead. He's still looking and he's still hungry. Lifelong ascent is a matter of keeping things interesting for yourself, changing it up, keeping it fresh, and only kicking it old school as a break from tangoing with the new. Unfortunately, though, this is not the zeitgeist of our times. The educational pendulum has shifted from the liberal arts toward a focus on professionalism, i.e. jobs. History, too, seems to favor a condescension of people into singular specialties. I am a blank, we say. I have but one thing to offer humankind. My friends, that sentiment is loco. Our capacity is infinite if only we choose to recognize it. Enter the polymath, someone magnificently expansive who can play the full court. I'm not talking about being good at Jeopardy or Trivial Pursuit. I'm speaking about individuals who work vigorously across multiple disciplines. Leonardo Da Vinci is a classic polymath. Even after 3 years in art graduate school, with the full pantheon at my disposal, Leo is still my favorite artist. He's a hardcore capital A artist, no doubt, but Da Vinci is in our hearts and minds because he's a conceptual artist. A painter, a sculptor, an architect, a musician, a scientist, a mathematician, an engineer, an inventor, a geologist, a botanist, and a writer. He worked in the realm of ideas, not disciplines. Pretty cool guy. Mothers of presidents rarely get their props, so I'll shout out Miss Lillian Carter, mother of President Jimmy Carter, as another case study in Too Legit to Quit. Miss Lillian was a nurse practitioner, an author, and a social activist, adamantly in support of desegregation. But wait, there's more. At the ripe age of 68, she applied for the Peace Corps and headed to Mumbai. Later that life, she starred in a made-for-TV movie opposite Lucille Ball. Nick Copernicus, a name I'm sure we all know, was a heavy hitter too. Best known as the astronomer who formulated the heliocentric cosmology, thereby displacing the Earth from the center of the universe, he was also a mathematician, a physician, a quadrilingual polyglot, a classical scholar, a translator, an artist, a Catholic cleric, a governor, a military leader, a diplomat, and an economist. But polymathy is nothing new. It's existed for eons, and it spans across time, gender, and culture. Named by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most versatile female competitor, Babe Dietrichson dropped it down in golf, basketball, and track and field. She's not just a world champion, she's a universal champion. Sequoia is another cross-disciplinary badass. Known to many as a Cherokee silversmith, he created the written form of the Cherokee language in his free time. He completed the language in 1821, bam, had it adopted by 1825. literacy ensures perpetuity. Sequoia could see this many years out, and new action needed to be taken. The interesting thing about polymaths is that they seek and generate endless connections across human achievement. For them, and here at Carnegie Mellon, disciplines know no boundaries. Instead of being annoyed by continuous change, we welcome it. Polymath brains can sense the tectonic shift that precedes a paradigm shift. To be honest, my brain is overexcited just thinking about lateral thinking. I want you all to share in with me, so I'm going to try to entice you with a few other polymaths. Ben Franklin, the printmaker, polymath. Hildegard von Bingen, polymath. Thomas Jefferson is one, Michael Jackson is one. Be a beatboxer and a businessman, if you're willing to access and celebrate your whole brain. Hungarian psychology professor Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi, formerly the head of the University of Chicago Psychology Department, believes people are most happy when they are in a state of flow. That is, a state of concentration or complete absorption with the task at hand. His noted work on the study of happiness and creativity defines the state of flow as a deeply inspired mental state, no matter the topic of contemplation. Flow is an optimal state of intrinsic motivation where we're fully immersed in what we are doing. It's a feeling everyone here has had, a feeling of great absorption, engagement, fulfillment, and skill, when temporal concerns, such as time, food, ego, and the self, drop away. As I begin to wrap here, I want to say that the path of Marie Curie is perfectly fine by me. If what you want is 2 elements on the periodic table, then focus and find them. Make the discovery. But know that most of us aren't going to be so monocular. We need to trust ourselves to make unique contributions. The key to long-term advantage is not based on position, where you are, but on progress, what you are becoming. So follow your intuition and do all the things you love simultaneously. Let's maximize the challenge and maximize the journey. Let's enable ourselves to do it all. Read a biography, eat out, stand on the shoulders of giants, drop it like it's hot. There's one last polymath that I've discovered very recently, and I've written her in for today. Her name is Hedy Lamarr. Most who know her as a successful film actress from the 30s and 40s, with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Much of her early notoriety came from a 1933 film called Ecstasy, where she played the first nude scene in cinematic history. Following the outbreak of World War II, Hedy Lamarr wanted to do more for the Allied effort than just contribute propaganda. So she teamed up with the American avant-garde composer, George Antheil, and they developed a torpedo guidance system, whereby a signal was distributed over several frequencies to protect it from enemy jamming. In 1942, they were awarded a joint patent for their secret communication system. Lamarr's contribution was key for the military in the Cuban Missile Crisis in '62, and remains key for more recent wireless technologies, like our cell phones. For the record, hitting it out of the park is not the converse of a belly flop. Both actions can be executed masterfully as to merit the use of the term success. Lifelong ascent is about leading our lives. Carnegie Mellon has been a wonderful petri dish, warm in all the right places. As a last personal aside, I want to extend a special thank you to Carnegie Mellon for the free tampons. Thank you, ladies. I've been so impressed by the gender equality that this gesture represents that I will most definitely implement the practice in my own startup business. Pathfinders will find, so I'll hope to cross paths with you one day in this stratosphere or another. Whoop, there it is. Happy graduation.